Imagine stepping into a world where there are no light switches, no heaters, no refrigerators, and no buzzing of machines in the background. Just silence, broken only by the crunch of snow under your boots and the whistling of icy winds. For millions of people throughout history, and even today in certain parts of the world, this is reality. Living without electricity in the frozen wilderness is not just a lifestyle choice, but often a matter of survival. In this video, we'll take you deep into the harshest environments on Earth, where people survive winters colder than your freezer, entirely without the comforts of modern electricity. How do they light their homes? How do they keep warm? How do they cook food, preserve meat, or even bathe when everything around them is frozen solid? Stick with us as we uncover the daily struggles, ingenious solutions, and ancient wisdom that makes survival possible in these extreme conditions. To understand survival without electricity, first we need to grasp the environment itself. The frozen wilderness isn't just cold, it's hostile. We're talking about regions where winter lasts 8 months or longer. Temperatures routinely drop below -40 degrees Celsius, and the sun disappears for weeks at a time. In such places, the human body is constantly under threat. Hypothermia sets in within minutes if you're exposed. Food spoils quickly if it freezes and cracks apart. Water doesn't flow from a tap, it must be melted from ice. And the absence of electricity means there are no heaters, no electric lights, and no electronic conveniences. Every small task, like boiling water or drying clothes, becomes a major effort. Living here is a constant test of human endurance and adaptability. Shelter is the first priority. Without it, no one survives a night in the frozen wilderness. In these conditions, homes are built using locally available resources and techniques passed down for centuries. In Siberia, for example, log cabins are carefully insulated with moss and clay to trap heat. In the Arctic, the Inuit mastered the art of building igloos, temporary shelters made entirely of snow that use body heat and oil lamps to stay warm. Some nomadic tribes use animal hides stretched over wooden frames, creating insulated tents that can be heated with a simple fire. But here's the key. Without electricity, people must rely on firewood, animal fat, and sometimes even peat moss to keep their shelters warm. Every log must be cut by hand, every fire carefully maintained, and every crack sealed against the wind. Homes are not just structures, they are survival machines designed to trap every ounce of warmth possible. Staying warm is a daily battle. Without electric heaters, people turn to ancient methods. Wood-burning stoves are the lifeline in many regions, often doubling as both heaters and cooking stations. In some places, families gather in a single heated room during the coldest months to conserve firewood. Clothing also plays a crucial role. Layers of fur, wool, and handmade garments trap body heat and block the wind. Traditional clothing like the Inuit parka or the reindeer skin coats of Siberian herders are not just cultural, they are life-saving technologies. Even beds are adapted for warmth-raised wooden platforms, layers of animal skins, and sleeping together for shared body heat are essential practices. Cooking without electricity in a frozen wilderness requires creativity. Meals are prepared over open fires, in cast iron stoves or in clay ovens that retain heat long after the flames die down. Preserving food is an entirely different challenge. Without refrigerators, people take advantage of the natural freezer outside. Meat and fish are stored in snowbanks or underground ice cellars, staying fresh for months. Fermentation and drying are also crucial, methods that not only preserve food but sometimes enhance its nutritional value. And here's something surprising. In some communities, food is consumed raw or frozen, like the Inuit practice of eating raw fish and whale blubber. This not only preserves nutrients, but also avoids the need for scarce fuel. Imagine months of darkness without electric lamps. How do people see, read, or work inside their homes? For centuries, oil lamps fueled by animal fat, like seal or whale oil, were the only source of light. These small flames served double duty, providing both light and a bit of heat. Candles made of tallow, or later beeswax, were also used. Every flame had to be carefully guarded and preserved because relighting fire wasn't easy. In fact, some families would keep embers smoldering for days, ensuring they always had fire on hand. Water is another struggle. With no pumps or pipes, water must be gathered from rivers, melted from snow, or chipped from frozen lakes. Melting snow may seem easy, but it takes an enormous amount to produce a single pot of drinkable water. As for bathing, it's not a daily luxury. People often rely on heated bathhouses built with wood-burning stoves, like the Russian banya, where steam cleanses the body. In other places, quick wipe-downs with cloths or snow itself serve as substitutes. Hygiene is adapted to survival, not comfort. Daily life revolves around chores that ensure survival. Gathering firewood, hunting, fishing, repairing clothing, and maintaining shelters take up most of the day. Without electricity, every task takes longer and demands more physical effort. Children are taught early how to help, whether it's carrying wood, feeding animals, or fetching water. Community cooperation is vital. Neighbors share resources, lend tools, and gather for warmth and safety. Entertainment too is different. Instead of screens, people rely on storytelling, music, and crafts. In long winters, these traditions become not just pastimes, but essential ways to maintain mental health in isolation. But make no mistake, living without electricity in frozen wilderness is dangerous. Fire is both a savior and a hazard. If a fire goes out at night, a family could freeze before morning. If a storm cuts off access to food supplies, hunger sets in quickly. Frostbite and hypothermia are constant threats, and medical help is often far away. This is survival at its rawest. Every day is a calculation of resources, energy, and endurance. Living without electricity in the frozen wilderness is not just about survival, it's about resilience. It's about human beings adapting to some of the harshest conditions on Earth, using only natural resources, ancient knowledge, and sheer determination. While most of us today can't imagine life without the hum of a heater or the glow of a light bulb, there are still communities out there proving that it is possible. Their way of life teaches us an important lesson, that survival doesn't come from technology alone, but from ingenuity, cooperation, and respect for nature. So next time you flip a light switch or enjoy a hot shower, remember the people who, even today, are surviving and thriving without these luxuries in the frozen wilderness.